I'm seeing a lot of people now saying that Red Dead Online is officially dead in this month of July, and that this is when it's officially dead, but I personally tend to disagree with this. I think this game died on December 7th, 2021, and I will go into why I think that. At the time, I got a lot of backlash saying that I was pessimistic and that it was just going to be a break and we were going to get an update in the future, but as time went on, it turns out that maybe I was a bit correct. That said, we're now at a point where everybody is on the bandwagon of Red Dead Online is officially dead, with the Red Dead Online community Twitter channel literally inviting Rockstar to the official funeral on July 13th, which I thought was hilarious. And to be honest, I think this is all pretty fair. I mean, Red Dead Online does not seem to be supported by Rockstar anymore. They're putting very little investment into Red Dead Online, and it looks like they have been winding it down since December. And although it is possibly never going to happen, I do have one little bit of hope that there is a chance that Red Dead Online will see a second wind or have another go at life, and I kind of want to go over that in this video right here. The reason I think that Red Dead Online officially died on December 7th, 2021 was that was the last time we did an announcement for some sort of new content that was drip feed. That was the day we were told there'd be a month-long event for December, and we would get some call to arms on December 21st. It was added with the Blood Money update, and it was paced out, actually I would argue quite nicely, right up till December. The problem was there was no December update, and that alone told you what Rockstar's plans were for the future. Not only that, but Rockstar started to implement monthly event months. Not weekly, but monthly event months. This is very, very telling of the amount of investment that Rockstar wants to give this game. Why pay an intern to make 52 different event weeks that would try to keep engagement with the community, or maybe try to have some competitions that would have like a photo competition or video competition each month to keep people interested in playing, when you can just get them to knock out 12 event months and then possibly repeat that next year. I genuinely would not be surprised if you're just gonna see it rinse and repeat for 2023 while they just keep the game live but not actually updated. I've always been pretty direct in my videos when people have asked me, do I think there's an update coming? I always said no. I didn't think there was. I didn't think there was going to be a summer update coming, and I don't think there's going to be a winter update coming. And you might say, but Tyler, at the start of this video you said you had a glimmer of hope. Why would you have any hope if you don't think there is updates coming for Red Dead Online? Well, I think the only hope I can see for Red Dead Online now, at this moment, is if Red Dead Redemption 2 gets a next-gen upgrade. And this isn't as far-fetched as you would think. I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 has sold over 39 million copies to date. This is a big seller for them. There's a lot of money on the table for Rockstar to just give it a 60 FPS 4K upgrade. That would actually make them a lot of money, keep that game alive. I mean, people are still finding out secrets in Red Dead Redemption 2. There's a lot of depth in that game. There was a lot of work put into building that world. They can definitely get a lot more money out of that game by just bringing it in to the next gen consoles. A reliable source for like insider knowledge for Rockstar Games is always Tez Fun too. And while he was talking about the accuracy of some of Rockstar's plans about remasters with Grand Theft Auto 4 and Red Dead Redemption 1, saying that they were on the table, but maybe Rockstar decided to scrap the idea after the poor reception that the trilogy got when it was released. Paul Linde said what I think a lot of us would say is, at the very least, I'd like just to know if Red Dead Redemption 2 will be getting an update for Xbox Series X and the PS5 To which TesFun2 replied, an RDR2 update for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S is planned at some point down the road, but no idea when. Again, this is not far-fetched. There is a lot of sales behind the single-player game. It is a big IP for Rockstar. It was a big moneymaker for Rockstar. Why they'd leave that on the table, I do not know why. So I definitely think it is possible. The big question I have is, will Red Dead Online come with Red Dead Redemption 2 into next gen? Meaning, will it have the 4K and will it have the 60 FPS? At the moment, of course, everyone can play Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. It's not upgraded or doesn't take advantage of the upgraded hardware. Similar to how the expanded and enhanced was brought in for Grand Theft Auto Online, I think it is very possible they could do something similar with Red Dead Online, meaning they might give it another go. Also, from a modding and glitching, cheating point of view, it would definitely help the game, as the more PS5 and Xbox Series X's that are available on the market, the more second-hand, last-gen consoles are going to be available that are going to be jailbroken, and people are going to start using mod menus more and more, which will obviously ruin the experience for online. It happened with GTA, it will more than likely happen with Red Dead Online as well. So just from a security point of view, seeing Red Dead Online get a next gen update and possibly separated from the other thing would probably be a good thing. It would be nice if you can keep your characters on both, because I didn't like the idea that once I moved my GTA character into next gen, I couldn't play with any of my last gen console friends unless I made a new character, which definitely kind of sucks. Personally, I think Red Dead Online was released a little bit too early, close to the release of Red Dead Redemption 2. I think it could have spent a lot longer in the oven while they got it proper, because it had a bad reception from the start from all the bugs, glitches and crashes that it was experiencing, and a lot of players left and just didn't come back to give it a second go. If they were to add it and bring it into next gen, a lot of those players might come back, give it another go and go, yeah, I like Red Dead Online. That said though, it is Rockstar Games, and Rockstar Games have been kind of being lazy, I would think, the last few years, so it wouldn't surprise me if they just re-released a lot of the content that they've already released just onto the next gen version of it, like re-release the quick draw passes, the outlaw passes, so new players can get them. Of course, it's also quite possible that they would be stocking up content and just release a whole lot of new content with it as well. But if past performance is any prediction of future performance, I'm not overly confident in saying that, and I really don't want to get anyone's hopes up that could bring on a bunch of new content for Red Dead Online. The thing is, a lot of devs would love to have like the audience that Red Dead Online has. There is a steady influx of players that buy Red Dead Redemption 2 and then try out Red Dead Online and play it for a few months. They enjoy all the content that comes with the game, but unfortunately they'll come to the point where it's just not getting content, or it's not being upgraded, and they'll just move on to another game. If Rockstar kept pumping that content out, of course it would accumulate the amount of the player base, and it would get bigger and bigger, meaning more money for Rockstar. Of course, the main argument I hear against this is, of course, they make more money for GTA Online, so it makes more sense for them to focus on GTA Online. Well, you know, they're a big company. There's money on the table for both games. They can easily hire another team to develop and keep that game going and make money off both games. It shouldn't be one or the other. Personally, like, most businesses don't like spikes in their revenue income, so like I would imagine there's huge spikes every time GTA Online has an update, and then the player base kind of tails off and Rockstar isn't getting as much money during the periods between updates. It makes perfect sense that would be a good time to start plugging in some Red Dead Online content and maybe convert some of those GTA Online players to Red Dead Online players while they wait for the GTA Online content. But I mean, I guess that would mean a bit of actual management and marketing, which seems to be lacking with the company at the moment. A lot of Red Dead Online's problems are basically mismanagement and not listening to the community that are blatantly trying to tell them how to make this game work for them. There is a passionate community behind the game. There's a lot of people that want to see it succeed and actually have a life, so there is money on the table for Rockstar. So, do I think we could see a updated version for next gen for Red Dead Redemption 2? Absolutely. Absolutely, I think they could add that into 4K and give it 60 FPS. It'll keep the game alive longer. It will definitely sell more copies. As I said, they're selling like at least a million copies of the game a year. Why would you let that money on the table? Bring it into next gen. You'll keep making a bit more money for a bit longer. Will they bring Red Dead Online with it is the biggest question. I don't see why they wouldn't. I think it would be quite easy to bring that on and give it the upgrades, which again, I think might give Red Dead Online a second life. But sadly, I don't think we're going to see any more updates for the game as it is in its current state. I think we're just going to see event month after event month with nothing really distinguishing anything, and it will really be catering for new players who are just playing through the content that's all new for them. Me personally, I still like jumping on playing Red Dead Online even on the last gen consoles, and I am trying to organize more like events just to give people something to actually look forward to and to do for the game. It's nice to actually be able to have a reason to jump on and just hang out with people and play and enjoy yourself, because it is an amazing game. It's still a beautiful game, holds up still to this day. And personally, I'd love if they just hired someone for like a week just to iron out all the bugs and stuff, like remove the cooldowns on missions and remove the pay structure, so you just get paid a flat rate. Because if they're not gonna try to make money from the game, sure, you might as well just give us some quality of life updates and just let it at that or whatever. Of course, I'd prefer if they actually give us meaningful content and kept the game alive, but like at this stage, I think I'm at the acceptance stage of my grief, so I would just like some quality of life updates so I can enjoy the game when I'm playing the game. As I said, for me, the day Red Dead Online died was December 7th. I have a video up of that if you want to hear when I realized that game died. I'll leave a link at the end of the video if you want to hear that, but like I was legitimately heartbroken. I think it took a while before other people kind of realized that maybe the game was winding down as well. But a full year of no updates whatsoever has kind of brought a lot of people to that realization as well. And it looks like GT Online is probably going to get a fairly big update on, I think, the 19th of July. And to be honest, I am a little curious to see what it is going to be. So I'll probably jump on and play for a weekend or two and see how that is. As I mentioned though, I'm also trying to organize some events just for those of you out there who still like the game and just want maybe something to kind of do. I'm doing my best to kind of organize events in my spare time, like maybe trail riding or maybe fight clubs or stuff like that. I'm open to ideas and suggestions, but if you're interested in stuff like that, I'll leave a Discord link down below and you can join in and we can talk about that. Massive thanks to everyone who does help out with those events, and of course to all the members. Like, you guys are incredible. You're the guys that keep this channel going, so I really do appreciate it. Again, if you want to see the day my heart was broken when I realized Red Dead Online was dead, I'll leave a video link here. And that's it, people. Let's just hope we see a next gen update for Red Dead Redemption 2. Peace out.